Sometimes life seems overwhelming. We feel like we're barely treading water and we could go under at any moment. In those situations, we often wonder where God is. We wonder if we matter to anyone around us, much less to God. The psalm reading for this week reflects that struggle that we all face at times. Starting in verse 1, it says, I love the Lord, for he heard my voice. He heard my cry for mercy. Because he turned his ear to me, I will call on him as long as I live. The cords of death entangled me. The anguish of the grave came over me. I was overcome by distress and sorrow. And then I called on the name of the Lord. Lord, save me. Lord, save me. Lord, save me is the very same phrase that Peter utters when he's sinking into the sea to call Jesus to his aid. The psalmist says, I will call on him as long as I live. Though the psalmist is feeling the pressures of death, he will continue to call out to God at the top of his lungs until his lungs give out. Where are you, God? That is faith. So much trusting God that God is who he says he is, that you refuse to cease holding him accountable. You know it's this kind of persistent faith because of how it starts. I love the Lord because he heard my cry for mercy. And also how the reading continues. It says, what shall I return to the Lord for all his goodness to me? I will lift up the cup of salvation and call on the name of the Lord. I will fulfill my vows to the Lord in the presence of his people. The precious in the sight of the Lord is the death of his faithful servants. Truly, I am your servant, Lord. I serve you as my mother did. You have freed me from my chains. I will sacrifice a thanks offering to you and call on the name of the Lord. I will fulfill my vows to the Lord in the presence of all his people. In the courts of the house of the Lord, in your midst, Jerusalem, praise the Lord. God is faithful. We are hard-pressed on every side, but not crushed. And did you notice in that last bit of the reading, even when death comes and takes us, God still cares. Precious in the sight of the Lord is the death of his faithful servants. Your life matters. It matters to God. Do not give in to despair. Call out to God. God is faithful, even in death. Grace and peace.